video, we'll share a travel guide and 4-day itinerary for southern Spain, specifically near Malaga. This guide is great for a weekend trip in the area or as part of a larger trip within Spain or Europe. You can also use Malaga as a home base and instead of a road trip, take the bus or train for day trips. Nefi loves cities and small towns, and I love nature and beaches, so this itinerary will have a little bit of everything. We'll share the cost to help you plan your budget, but full disclosure, we do fly standby, so we book accommodations and transportation very last minute once we know we'll for sure make the flight, so you may find cheaper options if you book earlier, but this should give you a good estimate of average prices. You'll start by arriving in Malaga. We flew from Madrid and arrived at night. The bus runs from the airport every 20 to 25 minutes and is €3. You can pay with cash or tap on with your card, which is super convenient. We stayed in a beautiful Airbnb that we really liked. It was small but clean and centrally located and cost $83 a night. I'll link all the Airbnbs we stayed at in the description. Malaga is a beautiful city with lots to do. Our top 2 recommendations for Malaga are to visit the Alcazaba and the Mercado Central de Artesanas. The Alcazaba is a beautiful fortress palace from when Muslims controlled the region. It costs $3.50 and comes with a free audio guide you can get on your phone for some additional context while exploring. Don't miss the Roman theater ruins that are free and right in front of the Alcazaba. You can get a combined ticket for €2 more, so you can also visit the Gibraltar Castle as well. There are great views of the city from above here, although we like the Alcazaba better. You can walk the path that connects the Alcazaba and Gibraltar, but it is pretty steep, so we'd recommend taking the bus for about €2 and then enjoying the views as you walk down after visiting the Gibraltar. The Mercado Central de Artesanas is a great place for lunch. You can either eat at one of the many seafood tapas restaurants or buy your own meat, cheeses, olives, bread, and other food for sandwiches or charcuterie. We bought enough to last us for 3 lunches during our trip. The market is fun to wander, and you can find souvenirs to take home as well, like we bought some olive oil. The cathedral in Malaga is known as La Manquita since it only has 1 tower. They ran out of money while building it, and well, it's never been finished. We'd recommend seeing the cathedral from the outside, but you do have to pay to go inside, and we didn't think it was worth it. There's plenty of other activities you can do in Malaga as well, like the beach, although there are better beaches outside of Malaga, we'll visit some later this week, or a variety of museums, like the Pablo Picasso Museum. Pablo Picasso was born in Malaga and lived there until he was 10, so if you're an art fan, you may want to switch out the Gibraltar for one of the Picasso museums. We ended the night with some shopping and ice cream on the pedestrian street Calle Larios. On day 2, we rented a car from the airport and headed out to hike El Caminito del Rey. If you are returning to the airport to pick up a rental car, be sure to give yourself plenty of time to get there, since the bus can take longer than anticipated and some rental locations require an additional shuttle. You can also take the train to the town of El Chorro. This spectacular hike is only 5 miles and about an hour drive from Malaga, but part of it takes you on platforms along a cliff 300 meters above the ground and over a bridge. It is highly recommended to book tickets in advance, and tickets can sell out more than a month in advance. Self-guided tickets are €10 and guided tours are €18. If you find that tickets are sold out online, you can try and get tickets in person, but they don't always have them, or book a tour from a company like Get Your Guide. That's what we had to do since we booked pretty last minute. Depending on your ticket, you may also need to take a shuttle that costs $2.50, either to start the hike or from the end back to your car, since the hike is one way. This was one of our favorite things we did this trip and would highly recommend it. If you're finding this information helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be alerted to all of our upcoming travel guides. Antequera is one of Andalucia's famous white towns. There's lots of these towns throughout southern Spain, and you have to visit at least one during your trip to the region. Wandering the whitewashed streets of Old Town and a tour of the Alcazaba are a must. Tickets are only €4, and they have an audio guide that tells the story of Spain taking over the fort from Muslim rule. This alcazaba is more fort than palace, but still has some fantastic views of the city and the nearby mountain La Peña de los Enamorados. Be sure to check out the viewpoint of the ruins of the Roman baths and the Colegiata de Santa Maria, at least from the outside, although you can get a combined ticket with the alcazaba for only €3 more to see the inside. A highlight of our visit was lunch at the Restaurante Plaza de Toros Lorenzo y Maria. Located in the bull ring, literally, you can eat outside in the ring or inside. The food was decent. I really liked the Bien Me Sabe dessert, but it was also a fun way to see and experience a Spanish bull ring without supporting or attending an actual bullfight. The ring was open to the public when we were there, so even if you just want to check it out, you can just walk up and see without eating. Then finish off your visit with a stop at the archaeological site with dolmens, which are ancient burial tombs built out of large stones during the Neolithic and Bronze Age. They are 5,000 to 6,000 years old. Be sure to check out the video in the museum to see how these monuments were built. 2, the Manga and Vieira dolmens, are located next to the museum, and the third, El Romeral, is a 5-minute drive away. For your last day, head to the coastal city of Nerja. Our Airbnb was in the perfect location and again was small, but our host was helpful and we loved the location. Plus, it was only $66 a night. Start off your day exploring the whitewashed walls of Old Town and enjoy the views from the Balcón de Europa. You can also follow a path down near the water and past a few beaches. With a rocky coast and clear water, kayaking is popular, so you can kayak to see beautiful hidden coves and maybe even a waterfall. Unfortunately, the kayak rental in Maro wasn't open in December when we were there, so instead we hiked to the Torre de Maro and were able to see the waterfall and views of the coastline from above. Then we went back into town for lunch at the beach. There are a few options in Nerja, but we went to Playa Calle Honda to swim and loved exploring the coves and rocks along the coast. Then finish your day in Virgiliana, another white town, only a 15-minute drive away. This little town is picture perfect and the perfect ending to your trip. In Nerja, we really enjoyed eating at Dolores El Chispa for tapas and Restaurante Anaí for pizza and great views if you're looking for recommendations. There is so much to see and do in southern Spain. You could easily spend way more time here. Granada is only an hour-and-a-half drive from Malaga, and Sevilla is a little over 2-hour drive. Plus, there's tons of other little towns and beaches to explore. We really like this route as it is a little taste of everything, but we can't wait to go back and explore more. Where would you recommend we visit in southern Spain? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.